Greetings, my dear ones. We will begin by first taking a few deep breaths. To open the Antakarana bridge with the deep violet blue light, we will fill your entire central channel and all your chakras with the illumination of the higher spirit of the divine essence that you are. With these divine energies we will open in a way you have never experienced before the perception of your third eye. Let them rotate within you. With your soul star and earth star, they will create the most beautiful field of light in your four-body system. Each time we gather, we will ignite this divine energy through each of us and create a sense of depth in our heart center. I, ADAMA, as the High Priest of Telos, along with the Council of Light of Agartha, offer you our blessings, divine love and understanding at this time. As we are gathered at this time, it is very important that we consider that we all become one through the connection of our soul essences, so that this feeling becomes a blessing of greater security throughout your entire body system. In this time of transformation of darkness, it is very important that you connect with each other, as duality is visible in all directions, so that each of you extend to each other the blessing of your soul essence. This is how you will be able to feel the divinity of light for the creation of a new goal in your own reality. From what you experience as initiates on this path of mastery, and as you go through the many different elements, as you change in many different ways, it is important for each of you to realize the potential you have to create more of what you desire while you are on this inner path of the divine intent of the fifth dimension, thus bringing another meaning to your physical self. It is important for you to realize that you should not have to convince your physical self of what is happening to you, to accept what you are feeling, and to be able to honor these energies that you are drawing to yourself, so that you allow yourself to deepen the level of understanding of your healings. This understanding is on an intuitive level. It does not emanate from your mind. It is the feeling you get when you arrive at a place and you are happy with what you receive in that moment. This is how you judge the quality of your ascension journey. So it is important to realize that you cannot judge yourself by your mental faculties, or by what happens to you in your thoughts, or by the reaction to another person in your life. The only reaction should be the one inherent in your spiritual self and physical self, for the recognition of what is happening to you within, so that you allow your whole consciousness to accept that you are changing. The realization of this is very important, because what is happening in the outer world will distract you from this whole inner process. Also, you must realize that you cannot access and visualize certain links on the internet, because that is when you are affected. And many of you may not even realize how damaged you may be, because it is not easy for you to perceive it. The reality of the current timeline is that the earth is going through a great upheaval, and within this upheaval there will be times of acceptance, frustration, anger and tears. At other times you will realize that the healing is right. The deepest must come from within you and not from everyone else. This is where the building of the third dimension occurs. Because many individuals within humanity want to address the problem through what is happening in their outer world. You have to do the opposite. You have to internalize what you are going through. Many lightworkers tend to want to judge themselves through the outer world or others. The only judgment that should take place in you is to say to yourself, am I accepting this energy, or am I struggling with what is happening in me right now? Am I frustrated or anxious? Then you will know if you are fighting against the energies, or if you are accepting them because you feel more at peace with these energies. In acceptance there can be an intertwining of different energies. But this process does not happen all at once. It is step by step. In June, you will experience a full moon at the Feast of Humanity. And it is important for each of you to realize that you are still on the Wesa transformation train. This will continue throughout the year and will depend on how you accept the energies, your inner self, your emotional responses, each of your chakras and your breath. We will say that, instead of trying to analyze yourself through the outside world, to tell yourself how you want your life to be, take some time to learn to think from within, about who you are at all times and whether you are living accordingly in this scenario. Within yourself, you have to recognize that you are creating your reality. So you see that you do not want to have the same experience as before. And you can make the internal changes that will allow you to make them happen on the outside. This is the process that each of you is going through now. The internalization of the energies within yourself. What you see outside of you, through the internet and the audience watching the three-dimensional movie, are so strong right now that they are showing it directly in your face. And it is then that you feel that you are part of this world. But you are not. You have to allow yourself to go inside and let your breath take you on your own inner journey. In what you are going through right now, what you are seeing, here and now, is that the energies of everyone in the world expressing their opinions, going through states of distress and anger, because they are really moving into a new space. Is this where you want to be? Do you want to be in this space of angst and anger? That's why it's important to realize, every time you look at something or read something, that this energy will come into you and it can create a conflict for you. It will create a moment where you will take your luminous energy to a lower space than you used to be. Believe me, it will be much more difficult for you to raise your vibration to the frequency you were at than to experience a lower vibration. I ask each of you to understand what is happening to you within yourselves. I ask you to do this task of taking your own responsibility within your own consciousness, within your own life stream, so that it is more apparent than anything else. There are many elements happening in the outer world, and some of them are driven by the dark side, but other components are cracking. This is what happens in times of war. And at this time, this is what is happening on Earth. It is happening in your own countries. But do not let this distract you from who you really are. Be strong in yourselves. Allow the energies that you are experiencing to prevail more in your consciousness. Allow your intuition to guide you in your developments. Realize that you are changing through this process and that great things are happening for you. Try not to look at the big picture. Be like a mouse. Observe the little things happening inside you, so you help yourself in this journey of self-discovery. Now, let us all take a deep breath together. I am ADAMA, High Priest of Telos with the Council of Light of Agartha, and I embrace each of you at this time. Through Christine Miliera C. Hayden.
Greetings. We are here to cheer you on and to remind you that you have made it. These are times of transition where you can easily get distracted and forget who you are. We invite you to look at all that was before, so that you realize that you are witnessing a shift, a fracturing of all that you have known. Now is the time for you to truly step into your divine consciousness, and begin to celebrate what is offered to you as alternate realities. This is where your mastery comes in, for what you focus on will become. Humanity is still dealing with the stress of the emotional and mental trauma of what has been occurring. The uncertainty inherent in your world has caused you fear and worry. Remember, what you focus on, you are giving permission for its manifestation, so be careful what you focus on. The transition that is taking place will not stop, simply because it cannot. The result of this is that you are witnessing the fracturing of the collective consciousness, within the collective, and this is creating much sadness and many pulses of depression on your earth. You know in your heart of hearts that everything has changed forever on earth and that it is no longer the same. However, you have an inner light that shines through all forms and experiences. Hold on to that and be brave in this experience. We realize that many of you feel you are hanging on by a thread, while others are in a place of stillness as the storm rages around you. If you are affected by these intense times and this intense energy, remember to stop the frantic thoughts, take a deep breath and return to your center. Do this as often as necessary. Be gentle with yourself. Stay focused on this task at hand, centered in the moment. Realize that you are riding the energy of an awesome storm. So trust your own inner self and the guidance you are receiving from your multidimensional divine self. You are a master. You have already successfully navigated other energy storms, other timelines and dimensions. You are invited to step into the unknown, and to do this, you must let go and release all that you have known. The known is no longer of value. You are moving into a whole new dimension. You need to expand to the level where there will be a new knowledge. you will transcend into the expansion of a new consciousness, superior to all that you have known before. Trust that you will be given guidance and that you will receive tools and instructions that will be given to you by your higher divine knowledge. Realize that these dimensional flows you are witnessing and experiencing are new to you and your way of thinking. You are moving from one level of multiple learning to another, and you may be disconnected from one-dimensional reality, yet you are not sure which reality you are connected to now. You are being stretched dimensionally and biologically in many directions and developmental places. Places where there are many gates of conscious light, which activate lost memories for you, from long ago, from different time frames and realities, also. From small in-between places that you will be able to slip into and enter easily. This dimensional flow will direct you to places in your cellular memory that need to be healed in your humanity before you can move into the higher energy and light. Remember that your body holds all memories through time and experience. Every physical pain is associated with a memory, a place, a time or a situation that needs to be cleared and released. The ascension process begins cell by cell, clearing, forgiving, emptying and releasing. If there is pain, it need not be physical. Realize that it is often spiritual, emotional and mental pain. Allow yourself to move cautiously, as if walking in a time warp. Know that, at any moment, the paradigm can and will shift. Be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself quiet moments. Rest. Practice being in the present moment. Remember that you always have the choice of your free will. Return to your personal truth, your heart center. How you handle these changes and navigate them is always your decision, so you can transform any old memories of pain. Focus on the idea and the reality that you can thrive and expand in this new energy that is offered to you. Now is the time for you to stand firm in your truth. As an awakened divine being, you can invoke and anchor a new reality in which all will prosper. In doing so, you will raise the vibration of planet Earth. We are witnessing your courage and willingness to transform the unconsciousness and darkness you carry personally. We are witnessing your courage and willingness to transform the unconsciousness and darkness that you personally carry. Each time you make a conscious change, that change spreads throughout the collective and uplifts others. The vibrations of joy, gratitude or appreciation that you continue to offer truly transform everything they touch. These vibrations and frequencies reach out and touch distant shores, uplifting those they touch. Continue to offer your light. You are a shower of sorts, a healing energy and a master in creating realities. We are honored to join you in this amazing process of transformation. When a planet begins the ascension journey, it is truly an amazing process to witness and be a part of. Continue to invite us to join you as you travel the timelines and create new realities. The team, through Peggy B.
The dissemination and circulation of this message is highly recommended. However, remember to always use your discernment in relation to these texts. You have free will, please use it, and most importantly, listen to what your heart tells you, for it has the truth. Allow it to guide you in this time of irradiation on a larger scale. Of this news, energies carriers of joy,